Hi, I am Mary Mazur. This is Change Your Funk to Fun. This episode we'll be talking about today is ask yourself this question. Are you your worst friend to yourself sometimes? Whoa, yeah. We're going to be getting real here in this talk. And it's actually all here for you. So, asking yourself this question, wow, am I being the worst friend to my own self? Can actually bring up a lot of really important pieces for you and actually help give you some stepping stones to help you become your best friend for yourself. So that's the gift that we're going to be offering today to help you move from those parts of you that you are mean to yourself, you are critical or judgmental to yourself, you put yourself down, you keep yourself small. You compare yourself to others. You think you're less than, or maybe even thinking, oh, there's something wrong with me, or I'm not doing something right, or I'm just not good enough, or not perfect enough, things like that. So I do want to ask you that and be very real with yourself. Are there parts of you that are still doing that to yourself? Because I would guess yes, because they're actually happening to me too still, believe it or not. And why is that? Well, because I'm human. And guess what? So are you. You are human. And we live in this beautiful earth world in the third dimension. And we are in an amazing ascension time right now, an amazing transformational time that we are being invited to reconnect with our divinity, invited into connecting into the love of who we are, to learn and actually wake up, literally wake up and remember who we are. Many people are still sleeping. And this talk is to help wake your ass up, okay? It's not an alarm clock. No, not at all. It's going to be like a nice little gentle bell. That's what's going to happen today. So imagine, I'll even offer the beautiful birds singing. The birds actually wake me up in the morning, and I absolutely love it. Love hearing the birds in the morning. And it actually is the ideal way of waking up. I do recommend it, highly recommend it. When you can transform your life in a way that you have so much time and freedom and that you get to wake up when your body's done sleeping. Like, how nice is that? And to actually like wake up when the birds wake you up. So this invitation here with the talk that we're having here, is to help things get a little lighter. Okay. And in order to do that, we do have to go look at the dark parts. We do have to go look at the crappy parts, or you can call it the shitty parts. And you're going to turn that shit into holy shit. Yes, you are. Because you actually get to change it and have it become the fertilizer to help you grow, to help you expand, to assist you to wake up, assist you to raise your level of awareness, raise your level of consciousness. We all are being called to do this right now. Yes, June of 2024. How about that? And we're just before the summer solstice. So come Friday, it's going to be the brightest, longest day of the year, the one that has the most light. So this talk is actually perfect for this. Because if you actually hear what's being said in this talk, yes, and you actually can start beginning to use some of these. And all this talk is going to be about is helping you to get unstuck wherever you're frozen or paralyzed in, and help you to begin moving again. Help you begin taking even just that tiny baby step. Yes, or turning in a new direction. Anything new in a positive way is actually magnificent. It actually will make a magnificent difference down the road. It's as if, and it has been said, how that, let's say, a ship that's in the water, when it actually turns even just 1 degree off course or on course, it will go an extremely amazing distance in a whole new way. So it's actually in these really little tiny turns, these really little tiny changes, these really significant new ways of being that you're willing to choose to be within yourself, is where you will be amazingly grateful for as time goes on and as the year goes on. So how come you do this? Okay. So if you are a bit like me, and each of us are in our own unique ways, and actually where I used to be, I used to be very critical with myself. And a lot of this comes from how we were raised. We were, majority of the people listening to this talk were born in the 20th century. And the 20th century was the time of the Pisces age. It was time of basically like underwater, or things are distorted, or things are in illusion. And now that we're in the Aquarian age, we're being lifted up into the air, lifted up to fly, lifted up to things to be lighter. How nice is that? Yeah. Peaceful collaboration, working together, working in community, having the feminine anchor in to equalize and actually lead. And so in order to do that, we do that within ourselves. And in order to be able to, this talk is for those that want to live a happier life, that want to feel good about themselves and about their lives, that want to live full, that want to experience full, that want to have a good time here. This is what we're here for on earth, because all of us take our first breath and all of us take our last breath here, right? Yes, we do. And you're going to wonder, what do we do in between that time? Huh? Yeah. And each of us gets to choose that. That one of the most powerful gifts you have is your gift of choice. And it is deeply connected to your level of consciousness. So if you're not very conscious, which means you might still be sleeping a little bit and not even realizing it, it's okay. It's actually all okay. Because wherever you are, and if the fact that you're even willing to listen to this talk means you do have a level of awareness. You do have the aspect of you, which all of us have, is your spirit part of you, the soul part of you, the divinity part of you. You are a divine being. You are a spiritual being that chose to come here on earth to have a human experience. Each one of us agreed to have a level of disconnection from that remembrance of that, or from that knowingness of that. And we are all being invited into waking that up. That is actually the biggest thing to wake up out of everything. Out of everything. Yes, it is. Because when you do wake up and you realize, oh my goodness, I am like a divine one, which means I am connected to all knowingness. I'm connected to all love. I am all love. I am all knowingness in my own unique way, that I'm able to contribute here. Then you can open your heart up and actually help heal those parts of you that thought that you're not good enough, or that there's something wrong with you, or that you're hiding, or dimming your light. Yeah, because my role here is that I have recognized those parts within me, and I recognize those parts within you. We're all equals here. That's the gift. We are all divine ones. We are all just different aspects, as you could even say, like different colors here would be a nice way to put it. And I do love pretty much like the indigo violet color, the lighter purples, the pinks, kind of like the shirt I'm wearing, this color here. And I love golden colors. Yes. Right. And all colors are important. So that's the part that we're going to be helping you with here, even the dark part. So when you look at the colors of black or grays, the grays help shade things in color, so the light actually can be seen even more. So it actually is in the contrast that we get to actually see more, or get to actually wake up and become more aware and experience more. So if there are parts of you that you are your worst friend to, those are the parts that actually want your most attention right now. Okay. It's kind of like if you could look at even a child, like because a lot of us, it's actually parts of our inner child wounding, or parts that we were hurt, or we felt abandoned, or rejected, or betrayed, or humiliated, or injustice happening, things like that, that you get to love on that part of you again. So if you are being your worst friend to yourself, which means you're just having negative self-talk, you might have comments, and this is what I used to say to myself: oh, you're such an idiot. Oh, what the heck did you do that for? What's wrong with you? I would say that a lot to myself. It was really pretty kind of crazy. But that's just what I was raised in, and I thought that was normal. I thought everybody did that, actually. I really did. And I didn't think there was anything wrong with it, because I really didn't have anything to compare it to. Kind of interesting. And I also did run in with a lot of fear energy, because that's what I was raised in. So I was hyper vigilant. I was hyper alert. I always had to watch out, to see something that could be a threat, that I could be harmed, or somebody else could be harmed with that. Many of us got that too. And we can actually help ourselves with that. That's the gift. And I will be talking, there are many tools that you can do to help that. There are many tools out there now, which is really great. The one that I have used that has helped me the most is called Psych K. So Psych, PSYCH-K. So Psych is short for psyche. So this is your mind, your spirit, your soul, your breath. And the K is the key to unlock your inner power and activate your inner power. So that's the gift of that awakening, waking yourself up to the inner power that you are. And the inner power that you are is that you actually are the love, the I am presence, the co-creator of your life. You're the one that's actually creating everything in your life. And if you're being your worst friend to yourself, how do you think that's going to turn your life into? Probably not so good, right? You might kind of get a bit of conflict happening, a bit of, maybe your foot's on the gas and the brake. So you feel like you want to go somewhere, but you can't go somewhere. And so then you get frustrated or irritated or angry, or then sometimes many people will even drop down into just, grieving and just sadness, or just giving up, apathy, or even shame and guilt, fears. These are actually all here for us, even though they're uncomfortable experiences. I know I definitely don't like the denser ones, and I know that they're purposeful and that they are here for us. Even fear itself, actually, you always have a choice with anything. So if you get afraid of something, you can turn into bravery, which means you shoot up into courage to be able to help yourself, rectify yourself and help yourself move forward in a powerful way, or go be in a new powerful way. Or you can let fear paralyze you. And that's what's happened to a lot of people, especially since 2020, with the whole 2020 scenarios that happened and all the media information that was sent out. It was a lot of that fear. And actually, for many people, they're afraid. They don't even know it, but many people are unconsciously afraid of being around others, because that's what was promoted, told, and people took it in and believed it. And interesting how that is. So you may want to check in with that. Am I kind of like sucking down? Am I slowing down? Am I feeling paralyzed, where I'm stuck? I can't do what I want to do, or create the things I would like to do. I just am kind of hunkering down and just, and we'll talk more about sailing, but hunkering down and just staying on the land or on the dock, that you're not willing to go out sailing or going out and be fully free. So if that's happening, it's actually here for you, believe it or not. How interesting is that? Because when you do get paralyzed, it does slow you down. And in that slowing down time, when you're ready, you can ask yourself some key questions, right? And the key questions is what's going to help you start being able to move forward when you're ready to move forward. Okay. For many people, they do get stuck and paralyzed because they'd rather stay what's comfortable for them and what they're familiar with, instead of moving into the unknown, instead of moving into the new way. Because for many, the new way is just too scary, because they just don't know what that new way is. Yeah. Many of us get stuck where we have to go into our minds and understand it and know what it is and figure it out, right? And we were programmed in the 20th century to run from operating from our minds. Now being called the Aquarian age, to turn on our true operating system. And that true operating system is our heart center. Yes, we all have a heart. Yes, we do. And actually, our mind is throughout our whole body. It's actually in the cell membranes of our body. And it's connected. It is connected with divinity, with all knowingness. And then we agree to have a level of disconnection. And many people agree to have a major level of disconnection. With that, though, what we're getting back into is that when you can connect back into your heart again, and you do have a heart, and all it is a choice. It's a choice. It's a decision. So we're going to be encouraging you, open up some time for yourself, even if it's 5 minutes a day. If you can do 10 or 15 or 20, that's like really great. But hey, 5 minutes, you can totally do 5 minutes. And then we're going to be helping you connect with your heart, ask some key questions. And then this is what's going to help motivate you, if you are paralyzed or being the worst friend to yourself, to start making those changes so you can become your best friend. So this is the part of getting into, hey, if you'd like to quit being so mean or critical or harsh or hard on yourself, this is perfect. This talk is for you. Because when you can make those changes within yourself, you're going to feel a lot better about yourself. That's for sure. And then new positive things can start coming into your life in a much more beautiful way, because your words are that powerful. What you say to yourself, how do you say yourself, what you believe about yourself is actually what's running majority of the things happening in your life. You are creating it based on the subconscious beliefs that you created, majority of them, the first 7 years of your life. And then they keep getting repeated and repeated until we get to a point where you're ready to make the change. So this is what the good part here is if you are ready to make a change, which means, yeah, you wish you could be nicer to yourself, or kinder, or more compassionate, and positive, upbeat, be like a cheerleader for yourself. Could you imagine being your own cheerleader? Your own best friend, someone who actually unconditionally loves you and accepts you exactly as you are. That's what we're being invited into. And if there's parts of you that aren't doing that, then that's okay. That's actually the parts of you that want to grow and learn and, help yourself master yourself so that you can do these things. So the gateway to help yourself with doing that is in your heart. And then we are going to move through a bit of an activation here that can help you with this. And you're welcome to do this with any time you want to do this for yourself. And you can even come up with your own ideas and plans. We all have our own many ways. I work with the Council of Light and with Archangel Raphael. I'm a spiritual connector, and I love to connect in the spirit world and our higher dimensional planes and all of the great loving support we have there. And so I'm one of the ambassadors of the Council of Light. And I love, especially with the healing, being I was a nurse for 26 years, that I do love helping people in their healing journey. Because I've gone through my own healing journey, and I know if I can go through it, you can go through it too. Absolutely. So we're going to welcome you to close your eyes. And we're going to take 3 slow, nice breaths. Nice breath in your nose, holding it gently at the top of your breath. And you can breathe it out like you're blowing out birthday candles out your mouth. And 2 more times. A nice breath in, holding gently, breathing out your mouth. Letting your body relax as you take another breath in. Slow, hold gently, and fully breathe out. Beautiful. We invite you now to connect into your heart center. Just imagine you can see it like a gateway or a doorway. You're going to open the doorway and literally step into your heart. You can put your hands over your heart if that's helpful for you, one hand over the other. Let yourself be in your body. Let yourself feel your heart center. It's more than just your physical heart. Your physical heart is beautiful because it does fill all of the blood and then ejects it out to all parts of your body. So it's the beautiful circulation system, the beautiful pump, the pump of life for you. Your heart center is the part of you that is connected with everything, with divinity, with God's source, with each one here to the level that you would so choose. You get free will choice on choosing what you would love to have connections with and have relationships with. And then many times, because of the wounding or the traumas or the things we've experienced, especially when we're younger, we could have subconsciously closed off our hearts and didn't even know we did that. We had no idea. You might notice if your heart might be closed off a little bit if you have a resistance to anything. So even to some people or some things that you just want to push, you're going to either push away or pull away. We'll be talking about that on another show. But for now, we are here to help you activate your heart center and begin to allow yourself to begin opening your heart again to the next level that you're ready for. Okay, so imagine entering into your heart center. In your heart center, there's the upper hearts, just like as a heart is shaped. There's a right side and a left side. The right side is your masculine side of your heart. The left side is your feminine side of your heart. The masculine we have worked a lot with, especially in the 20th century, because this world is still run in a pretty much patriarchal society. It's pretty hierarchy. It's like a past, present, future. It's very individual. Like people are still a lot in their separate selves. separated from their divinity. Uh, we're all action based, like everything's about doing. Yeah. And the masculine's wonderful. It's a vital part of us and of this universe. And it's meant to work with our feminine. The two are meant to work together in a unity or a collaboration in a oneness. So we're going to help invite you to your higher heart center up on your left side of your heart, the more feminine side of you. And the two always are connected to the level you're ready for. So entering into your higher heart, whew, that feminine part, just imagine entering in here that everything is so open, so free, so light, so innocent, so childlike. This is where infinite possibilities are. This is where you get to dream, you get to play, especially as a kid. The daydreaming, the playing, the imagining was our life. Everything was an imagination. And you actually can access this part of you to help you. This is where your goals, your visions, and your dreams get to come from. And we're meant to let ourselves dream and then create those visions, those positive aspects. And this is the part of you we're going to help you with having you become your best friend instead of your worst friend, helping you reactivate parts to remember who you are so that you can, become your best friend. Isn't that nice? Okay. So just imagine you get to dress up this higher heart center as gorgeous or beautiful as you like. I know for mine, it's a lot of pink, a lot of pink colors, purple colors, beautiful colors, very gorgeous colors, and just beautiful. Everything is so beautiful and open, and every opportunity is here. So it's very free, very freeing. You can access this part of yourself anytime. When you connect here, now invite parts of you where you are being the worst to yourself. Maybe that, bully part of you or the grumpy part of you or the critical part of you. Let those parts kind of come around you now. They can even kind of see if you want to sit down, they can kind of sit down around you. They're just aspects of you from the experiences that you've had that just created that that way of being. And if you can, it's really helpful if you can actually listen to them. Maybe the one that is the loudest, the one that's like rah 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 rah, so hard. Let yourself listen to it. Hold that sacred space for them. And hear what they have to say. Because actually listening to the criticalness or the harshness allows it to actually have some attention where it might be like, wow, you're listening to me. Yeah. And you can ask, how is it feeling? When that part of you can connect with your emotions, that's the energy emotion that's vibrating related to that part of you. And if it is angry or just so hurt, it's okay. Hold space for that part of you. And then ask that part of you, how can I be of service to you? How can we work together so that you can recognize that you are love again and that you are unconditionally loved and accepted? And you'll come up with things that those inner parts of you that agree to be disconnected from your divinity or disconnected from your true essence or of your love is craving for. Beautiful. And for more, they want to be included. This part of you wants to be included, to be recognized, to know you're valued, know you're important, know that you matter, know that it's safe, you're secure. And with your voice, you can let them know that. And you can just say, you are safe, you are secure, you are loved. I am choosing to love all parts of me, including these grumpy parts or these critical parts within me. Yeah. And invite these parts of you to become your true friend instead of a false friend or a worst friend or a mean friend, things like that. And this is you being able to connect in with your self-worth of who you are, remembering that you are love and light, that you uh, have a right to talk good with yourself and be your best friend with yourself. You can actually hold hands with each of these parts of you. And if you can, let yourself see them in a new way instead of even hating them or hating that part of them or not liking them, just beginning to accept. Yeah, it was rough. It was hard. I could see where you're angry. I could see where you didn't feel like it was fair or where you thought you weren't good enough or something was wrong with you. It was just because of the experiences you had. Mm. Yeah. And then, yeah, you can even give them a hug if you so choose. And thank them. Thank them for showing you the contrast. They're kind of like the dark blackness that when you can use a black marker or a black pen, it actually highlights the white page that you're drawing on. You can actually see a lot more because of that blackness. So it actually is here to help you. And the gift is you get because you are in your heart and you get to choose how you want to be. You can even just speak it in or let your body feel it. Just welcome and just imagine. Let yourself use the gift of imagination that you can imagine that you really can love all parts of you. And any of those parts that are paralyzed or stuck or don't are just way too afraid of moving, it's okay. Love them where they are. Because in time they will begin to move. All it takes is a teeny tiny movement, a teeny tiny change, just a little bit of courage. And say, yes, I am going to make a change. Maybe I'll come to a Psyche workshop or one of the retreats Mary's offering there. One of the treats that somebody's offering that my heart would really love, and I think it could really make a difference for me. It's huge that we be open to all the help and support around us too, because there is a ton. And you can put your hand on your heart if you want. Thank yourself for that, and then when you're ready, come back to this show. So things like that you can do. Yeah, you really can. And it's the gift of your imagination. You can listen to this talk again and again and again and even write it down and come up with your own way. You're actually meeting parts of you that you might have pushed away or rejected or neglected. Many of us have done that. I know I tucked parts away of me I was never going to open up again. And I'm so grateful in my life. Was a challenge in my life. My husband really led me to go learn the gift of Psyche and breath work and sound bowl healing and helping people in many, many beautiful ways, even plant medicines. There's so many beautiful ways of things that can help you. So even in the big tragedies, even the harsh pieces is where you can learn the most. Kind of letting you self-admit this is actually the important piece. Along doing a beautiful meditative activation that you can do that we just did, you also can get very real, and which is also a very important piece too, and even write things down and start helping yourself begin to move again, begin to become unparalyzed or unstuck. And even if it's slight little movements, slight little changes, it can super help you. So the first we recommend is that at least admit it. If you do think, man, I can be pretty rough with myself, or you might be rough with others. Like you might even be kind of blaming others or projecting things like that, or other people are projecting stuff onto you. If any of that stuff is going on, there just may be an aspect within your own self that might also be, handling that or experiencing that in some way. So the gift is that if you can actually pause, stop, it's one of the best things you can do, and then admit it. Say, yeah, I've been really a douchebag to myself. Like, what the heck? Why have I been so terrible to myself? Why have I been my worst friend? Right? Perfect. That's actually super huge. Because if you're tired of it, or you're sick of it, or you're done with it, that is everything. It is everything. Because that means you're ready to make a new change. That means you actually have the courage and the bravery to say something else has to change. I do want to be in a new way. I do want to be more loving to myself, be kinder with myself and compassionate with myself and others. I would like to feel good. I would like to wake up in the day and be excited for my day and have magical things happen in my day. Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah, throughout your day and doing what you love. sharing your gifts, creating new things, maybe learning new things, creating new things, offering new things, seeing the massive transformations about your beingness, your love, your words, your offerings, your giftings can make a huge, tremendous difference in other people's lives once you realize who you are and once you can become your own best friend. Yes, that is actually the gift and the antidote with all of this. Isn't that awesome? Yes, 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 yes. So once you admit it that you, all right, haven't been the best friend to my own self, let yourself feel it. And that's the part that we did with the activation is that go into those parts that you are being critical with yourself or harsh and like, ooh, what is that about? And then you can even say, where might I have gotten that from? And you might get memories like from your dad or from your mom or from an aunt and uncle or from a brother or sister, things like that. And that's the gift you can use with the gift of Psych K, working with a facilitator, or you can come to one of my workshops and you can use this for yourself. And that's huge because that's a gift you can use with at the subconscious level, actually move through forgiving yourself and others, letting things go, seeing it from a new perspective than you could before, especially when things were harsh. That's the gifting of the healing process is you get to shift and you get to activate and install and upgrade how you want things to be in a new way. Let yourself see things from a new perspective that you couldn't before is one of the biggest gifts you can give yourself so that you can be your best friend. So if your dad was critical, you felt like he was critical with you. That's how I was raised. That I was able to change with the gift of Psyche that perspective. So I literally said, my dad loves me. My dad accepts me exactly as I am. My subconscious didn't believe that. And because it didn't believe that, I thought there was something wrong with me. Or I thought I wasn't good enough. And so I was always overachieving and over being the perfectionist or being too hard on myself, being too critical with myself. Literally transforming my own self within me at the subconscious level of the mind that's where all the programs are. Dr. Bruce Lipton is a great cell biologist that teaches, and the cells have taught him about all that this is really cool. And when you can change it at the subconscious level, Psyche helps you do it in a very fast and effective way. That's one of the gifts of Psyche. It's simple, fast, and effective, and it's all in your readiness. When you are ready to make the changes, you'll hear about it and you'll learn it and you'll use it, and then you'll be like, wow, well, that was nice. So that whatever experience you've gone through, you can, heal yourself through it. You can transform. You can love yourself, even with having those experiences that you have, which is super huge. And then the key thing too is getting supports, making sure you are getting supports. I mean, and there's great counselors and therapists. There's all kinds of different tools, and things that you can find the right one for you. That's for sure. And because there are lots of beautiful tools, and go what feels right for you, especially when you hear it. With Psyche, it's like a gentle nudge. So if you hear this beautiful, gentle nudge, whisper, oh, wow, that might be a really cool thing. But then if you notice, oh my gosh, I got all this resistance. I can't go. I can't learn that. Oh, who am I? I can't. I maybe you can do it, but I can't do it. Okay. So what part of you is talking like that? That's the worst friend part. That's that critical part. That's the one that's holding you back. That's keeping you paralyzed. That's stopping you from moving forward into expanding of who you are. All right. There you go. With the gift of psychosis, actually what you're most afraid of is actually one of the biggest things that could actually help you the most. And for what I have found for the people that have come to my workshop is that literally they finally just decided, even though they kind of heed and haw, wasn't sure, not sure, it really just becomes a decision. And you can even ask yourself, why not? Why not? What's the worst that could happen? Right? Yeah, it definitely cannot harm you at all. It can only help, and it can really help greatly. But for many, we would just say, hey, check it out, try it, see what happens with it. Let yourself just begin to start moving. And it could even just be a private session. I do private sessions with people one-on-one. You could even begin with that, where you just begin noticing the changes, making the changes within you. And then when you're ready to actually learn it for your own self or even helping others, you would come to the workshops for that. And then I do also offer retreats for people. I'm doing, this is a little bit newer stuff. So that way, because I my heart is helping people in lots of ways. Wherever we can help is where I would love. And however we can meet you where you are. So we will be talking about that shortly, about a retreat coming up that is even Yeah, very, very measurable. So it's as if imagine I'm putting my hand up to you and just say, here, here's the hand. And you can take the hand and say, wow, thank you. And that's what we're here for. So my gift is to be a guide and to be a support for people for their spiritual connection, so they can connect with into recognizing who they really truly are, and to let themselves be their true selves here, and even fly if they would love to fly. So I do love to sail. I love sailing, and so I'd love to use the analogy that keeps coming in for me is that I like just imagine I'm on a beautiful sailboat and I'm at the dock and I want to and we want to go sailing. I would love to join, have other people join too, inviting friends, inviting people. And let's say you see that beautiful sailboat and man, you think, wow, that would be fun or that would be exciting. And then the sailboat can take you anywhere. So basically it's like a love boat, right? Yeah. But some people still want to stay stuck on the land or on the dock. And they just, for whatever reason, they can't step into the sailboat. And that's just that frozen part or that paralyzed part. And it's just the part of our survival aspect within us that we were governed in based on fear for survival to just resist change. So, what we recommend is just imagine, hey, if you do want to come on the sailboat, what can help you feel safe about coming? Okay, you can put a life jacket on. Oh, how nice is that? We can be on a calm lake. On a smaller lake. Begin just with a smaller lake. Yes, then having the reach out of the hand, and then it is in your free will choice. So it will take any new change, you will have to take a step. You will have to move forward. You will need to do something new that you didn't do before. So that is how you experience it in a new way. That is how you expand. That is how you grow. And that's how you master things. So all of these are here for you. And we invite you greatly to them. That's for good. So other questions you can ask yourself, because the one key thing is when you can ask yourself a lot of questions, or even just very important questions, it can help you get unstuck or help you get out of being paralyzed. So one of the things you can even just say, all right, so how might that be serving me if I just not change? I just stay the same way that I am. Well, for many people, they might say, well, I'm familiar with what I know. Even if I don't like it, at least I know what it is. And that's a lot of times why people do just stay stuck there. Can you offer for yourself that, hey, in like a childlike way or in a curiosity way, how about maybe the new change could be really good? It could be way better than I could have ever imagined. If you can let yourself just imagine that, and the world is changing in beautiful, positive ways, even though the news may not show that, it actually is. And the reminder is that just with the astrology and stuff, we are in the Aquarian age. So we are taking off with 1,000 years of peace. That these are the higher ways of being that we actually are in. And even with science is agreeing with all of that too. So just know and trust that you are in the best times ever. And you got this, and that you can make a little change. You can come and help yourself in mighty ways that you can become your best friend. And what that means with the best friend too is that you get to end the war within you. There's a really cool movie, the Godzilla movie. If you haven't seen it or not, it's actually a really good movie. It actually has subtitles in English. But with the movie, the message of the movie is what I like, not so much the Godzilla stuff, but the message of the movie. So with that, it was so beautiful because the young man in there, right, it was part of a war that he was in, and he felt like he didn't do something he was supposed to do, and all of his other men died, and so he felt very guilty that he didn't take action when he was supposed to take some action, and his inner conflict with that guilt kept him uh, depressed, kept him being his worst friend. And it was neat because I love in the movie that has this beautiful woman. Of course, you got the feminine energy and the masculine energy, right? So the feminine energy comes on in. It was just, she had a rough time too during the war and that kind of stuff, but they just were right there with each other. And uh, they weren't a couple yet, but they're just more like a friend. And as time went on, she finally said to him, are you ready to end that war within you? Because the war outside of you has ended. There's no more war out here, but you are still carrying on that war within your own self, his own self judgment, his own keeping himself small or depressed and angry or just mad at himself and just being his worst friend. So that's the gift that we're offering for you today. Would you like to end that war? Would you like to return back to the peace within yourself? And you can. That's the gift. And it doesn't have to be hard and difficult and painful at all. No, not at all. It actually can be easy. It will take time. There is time involved, and there's a journey. I mean, I know all of us would love to have a genie bottle and just switch off from terrible to, ooh, everything's just wonderful and great. And we do live here on earth. So there's going to be some steps you're going to take. There's going to be some new changes you'll need to do. You'll need to show yourself you can do this, increase your confidence, increase the really the gifts and the beauties that you are. And we do invite you to all of this because you totally have it within you. You have everything you need within you. So we invite you to end the war. We invite you to become the best friend within yourself. We invite you to get the supports like Psyche and other retreats and things like that that can help you because it's right here for you. The gift with this talk that we did for you, the best question to ask, would you like to become your best friend? And we hope your answer is yes. We set the intention that, yes, I would like to become my best friend. And how can I do that? What can I do? And the gift is within yourself. What can I do within myself that can help myself change it? Like end that war. Return back to the peace within yourself. Begin to love yourself again. Begin to wake up again. Begin to see things in a new way. Begin to expand again. And then naturally you will become kinder to yourself, more compassionate. Yeah, more loving and fun and playful. And your true essence, because actually your true essence of who you are is all of that. All those other pieces were just the contrast. It was just those disconnected parts of us that we agree to be as a human being here. And guess what? Those things are ending. Yes, for all those that would like to end that. Yes, because you can. And it comes in your free will choice and your decision making. And then it will take some action steps. And that is the key, is let yourself start moving that inertia, start moving again, start doing something new, start beginning again, make a new change, take a risk, let yourself step into the sailboat and let yourself sail, or even let yourself fly if you would fly. And that's what we are inviting you for that too. I am offering a retreat next weekend, and that's June 28th to the 30th with my friend Kristen Lacey. Kristen Lacey is a midwife and a doula. I used to be a birth nurse for 26 years. We together helped mamas have babies. It was wonderful. And now we're moved spiritually, helping people on a more spiritual level within themselves. She offers it with horse therapy. The horses are the therapists, which is amazing. And then she's the facilitator for that. And then at this retreat, this is a women's retreat. And then we eventually will include the men. But for right now, we're going to begin with women. And it's in Howell, Michigan. So if you want to learn more about this, you can go to my website, igniteandhealyourlife.com. That's igniteandhealyourlife.com. That's one more time, igniteandhealyourlife.com. And with that, we're going to do a whole mix between horse therapy and qigong and breath work and sound bowl healing and women connection time, song circles. It's called Nurture and Nourish Your Soul. So we're going to be helping you find ways that you can totally nurture and nourish your soul in beautiful ways. Yay. And I am a certified Psyche instructor. There's about 30 of us across the world, which is that beautiful, simple, fast, and effective way to make changes at the subconscious level. Wherever you feel blocked or limited in, you can identify where those blocks or limitations, where you feel stuck, where you feel paralyzed, where you're being your worst friend, things like that. You can do a private session. I offer private sessions for people. And then you can also come learn this for yourself. That's I think the best. You can do a combination, but definitely learn this for yourself. And then you can go help your friends and family if you come to the in-person, or if you do the online, you'll begin with yourself first, and then you can go to level 2 and then start helping other people. So I'll be teaching an online workshop. That means we can reach people all across the world. And it's in Eastern time, July 12th to the 14th. And it's from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. So again, you'll check my website out, igniteandhealyourlife.com, for that. And then if you want to come to the in-person, that's where you get to help yourself and help others with in-person, where you're muscle testing and you're actually making the changes right there live. And in September, I'll be in Kentucky and Tennessee. So you can check into those dates if those work out great for you. So yay. And even more's coming, and I'll be sharing more too about your sacred way. My friend Sabine and I are creating a whole new online course, and then it'll be an in-person in France and in America for in-person activations that is going to be coming down the pike. And I love it with the Council of Light working with us and Archangel Raphael. We are so gifted. We are so blessed. We are receiving so much, and we're here to share these giftings in these ways. Things can become easier. Things can become more enjoyable. You can really become your best friend, and you can become a great friend to many others and lovers and all that too. You do have to begin with your own self first. Begin to love and accept all parts of you. Let go of those hurts and those traumas, and you get to transform yourself because of those traumas and those hurts, and have yourself become stronger, wiser, kinder. And these are the gifts that we offer for you. So, all right. You have a beautiful day today. Thank you for being here.